Hello everyone! So today a different kind of video. I thought I'd just show you how I do improvisation and listen to tracks by ear and put them down onto the piano. So normally, let's say if it's just a normal chord progression, I improvise the left hand. So just to show you maybe what a chord progression would go like, it would be something like maybe F major, D minor, F7, and then G, and then C major. And this just comes with, I guess, quite a lot of practice and exploring with the piano, which I did quite a lot of in secondary school. And then for the melody, for the right hand, I use the ear because I have perfect pitch. I transcribe it by ear down to the piano, straight from the melody, and then I try working it all together, arranging it so that it sounds good. But typically I don't write things down, and that normally takes a lot of time, so I try to avoid that. So to show you so maybe to give you an example of what improvisation can do as well, I'm going to show you something from, say, start to finish. As you might know, I'm quite a keen Mario fan. I used to play the Mario Galaxy games quite a lot as a child. And so I'm going to take the title theme, show you when I'm listening to it, and then gradually get it out onto the piano. And so let's get it started. I'll just turn it on now. Let me just turn the computer around. So as we go through, I'm just going to show you how I transcribe it by ear and point out tips that I use to do that. So there you've just got a big scale, and it starts from this B flat. Da, 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 da. So that would be, and then it would be a scale up to the top. And then at the bottom you've got C major, and it's pretty much in C major. It's that it's that perfect cadence that you're aiming for, from 5 to 1. So, and then the main theme, ba 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 ba. So putting that together. Now let's listen to the next bit. So something that I normally do is I will fill in the chords with what probably works in the left hand and use the basic chord skeleton of the music to go along with that. But typically when you listen deeper into the chords, you hear there's a slight difference between chords that have different middle notes. So here you could do it. They're quite different chords, but they have the same, they have 3 similar notes. It's just the G is changed to an A. But if you get that wrong, you can make it quite bad difference. So that's where you might need to listen a bit more. So here you could typically fill it in with some basic chords as follows. F major. This is probably a C major, but it might have a variation. And then here, a typical thing could be a D minor. But that doesn't seem quite right. So another chord progression. Could be a C minor there. But let's just listen to it again to see what they actually use. So if you listen carefully to the left hand, you'll hear that there's some kind of ascending thing going on. So and that's actually what they do. So there are many chord progressions that could work. There one looks to be like this, F major, and then G minor, and then F major 7, and then G minor. And then they get into this quite jazzy F minor 7 here, which is the chord bar from there. And then again, I would improvise the left hand. And also something that's come out from maybe just improvising naturally is the left hand rhythm. So notice how it's quite ba 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 ba. And so I try to do that in the left hand to give it that bouncy feel. Cool, let's continue. So actually here you can hear that it's got that descending pattern. Just going. So now it's going down in the bass. And in many pop songs you can hear that in the bass line, which makes it sound so much better. The bass line is really important. In chord progressions you don't actually need to care about the bass line, but if you do, it makes it sound a lot better. And continuing. Okay, so you've got these scales in the background, and if you're just playing the main melody, you wouldn't care about them. And this is where I might pick and choose with where I want to add in some more things and less things. That's why you have to do your scales. So let's do this. And another example of where the chords, that slight difference, which I actually pointed out at the very start, you could play it like this. So here are two versions. Sorry. And then version 2. And notice the difference. The difference between this chord and this chord. It makes such a difference when you listen to it maybe from a natural feeling. Just play it with a bit more speed. That A just gives you that sense of hope and feeling because it's actually a very different chord. It's not a C minor, it becomes an F sharp, an F major 7. Which gives you that feeling of movement and joyfulness rather than sadness. Okay, now just fix, I need to fix that up. Which is much nicer. And now it just becomes a matter of putting it together and ironing out any issues. So let's just go back through it and iron out some things. So about to start. that different chord. That B flat minor chord. And then loop. Okay, so another thing that you might have noticed that I changed was previously I put a D minor chord, which could work, but it isn't quite right. So I can do that. It just doesn't seem quite right, and that's because I want a B flat major chord in there instead. Which is much better. Notice how when you listen to the rhythm more, it's more like. So maybe I want to put that in. So now pushing everything together, it would sound maybe a bit like this. And I'll take off headphones so I can actually hear a bit better. There we go. So that's how I convert something like that onto the piano. Yes, and then comes improvisation. When you start to really feel a melody, you can then push it forward and try and get your own natural ideas flowing. So with that chord sequence, it's quite interesting. You've got two main bits. You've got the ba 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 ba, and then you've got the bit that goes down. So maybe that could offer some kind of improvisation, and this is just the extra part of the video, just a little bit more. And so you could do something like after the main thing, and this just comes with a lot of practice. This kind of thing normally sounds impressive because Liszt used them a lot, and he's very showy in classical music. So it's things like that kind of thing, or layering things like that's used in Grieg's piano concerto, and then things like lots of octaves, layered octaves, or octave arpeggios. You get the point. So you might want to mix that kind of thing in, scales like and mixing those things in just adds a bit more embellishment, decoration. So you might do yeah, so maybe I should finish by saying thank you for watching. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of content and any questions you might have. And with that, yes, I'll see you next time.